How you going? I'm in the scrap palace because I've got a mystery delivery turned up at my house. This box arrived on my front porch. Now, at first inspection, you would think to yourself, somebody's dumped their rubbish on my porch. But no, what this is there's a variety of garlic, a shallot type bulby onion, tons of those, more garlic, more again, more of these bulby onions. It's a real mystery where they came from. I think it might be my mate Johnny from up the road. I reckon he's been cleaning out his garden beds and he thought Matt likes his onions. So that's basically what this is. It's a really pleasant surprise and it's a really good way to start the update for this week. So welcome to the patch on a day that is finally starting to look like autumn. It's still warm, but it's blowy. You can feel the wind going around. The wind's getting a little bit cooler. And next week, here in South Australia, we're going to be getting our first week of potentially sub 20 degrees centigrade weather. I'll believe it when I see it. But look at that. That's my kind of present. In this end bed of the scrap palace, this is a west facing bed, but it gets a lot of protection during the hottest weather. In winter though, I think there'll be enough light for peas in here, particularly up until probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a reasonable spread of light. So as you can see here, I've been putting Novella Peas around the outside. The reason I'm using Novella is because they get a huge amount of tendrils and they basically stand up on their own. They don't really need a great deal of support. They look like monsters, like aliens when they're growing. But anyway, if you've ever grown them before, you will know what I'm talking about. If you hang around and come back to the channel, you'll see how they develop. So basically, what I'm doing here is I'm just planting them around the edge of this box bed. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want the space in the middle to be available for some more salad plants during winter. So I'm thinking Mizuna, mustards, that kind of thing. Here we go. Just gently tease them out. And I think in here, with the protection they're going to get, they're going to go really good. So I'm looking forward to it. This is a rain moth. They come out at the beginning of autumn in Australia, out for a night of forbidden passion. And then, like other moths, they die after the next generation comes and goes. But to give you an idea of how big these things are, this is my fist next to it. They're huge. They stay underground, they pupate, and they burrow out. Incredible things. Incredible things. Our kiwi fruit are absolutely going mad. This is the male. It's starting to climb the post, which is really good and what we want. But you can see there's a really strong shoot going off to the left. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put posts in the corner of my hugelkultur bed as a growing frame to give it something to grow across. This will make this a really shaded bed, but that's not a big problem for us. Even if it becomes a redundant bed during the winter months, it'll be a boon in summer with the protection that it's going to get. The female is progressing nicely, but growing much more slowly. And the effects of winter coming are starting to show on her. So we'll see how she goes. We've decided the kiwifruit need names. So we're going with Kylie for the female kiwi, Kylie Kiwi, and we're going with Kevin for the boy, Kylie and Kevin. As you know, a kiwi normally works with one male to multiple female plants for the best productivity. So if we're going to set up a polygamous arrangement, I was sort of thinking perhaps we need another K name, something confusing. Any ideas, put them in the comments below. But we have Kylie, we have Kevin. We need another K. The scrap palace is really going into full productivity now. As you can see around here behind me, shelves are now starting to really fill up with plants. The bays as well, down the bottom here, You might be able to see that. They've got a lot of seedling plants have gone into them. So in this bay down here, we have lettuce, we have pak choi, there's a broccoli in here. I'm just trying out different things because one of the possible grand plans is to extend the scrap palace further down into the darker end of the veggie garden. You know, maybe hothouse growing might be the way to go for us for a larger part of the year. The aim is to try and become more self-sufficient, more productive in this area of the garden, which is the sunniest part that we have. Following on from videos I've watched quite a lot from a channel called Paul's Green Space here in Australia, and shout out to Paul. Check out his channel if you can. Paul does a lot of underplanting in his fruit tree containers. He does a lot of container gardening. So in here with our quince seedling that you may remember we bought from a communal garden sale a couple of months ago, I'll put an underplanting of some lettuce into here, and we're going to see how that goes. Our dragon fruit is starting to produce a pup. People who grow dragon fruit regularly, please tell me I'm probably using the wrong terminology, but it looks really nice and healthy. So I've really got to think about getting a frame in place for it and starting to think about relocating it next spring into the place that it's going to grow. I'm thinking somewhere dry, somewhere with a lot of sun. The scrap palace is definitely doing its job. It's 17 degrees centigrade outside, and as you can see here, it's about 26, 27 degrees inside the scrap palace, and that's with the door open. So it's really proving to be exactly what we need for winter propagation and for cold season growing here. Thanks for watching today. Got to get on now and get out getting my garlic planted. The aim is I kept enough seed garlic this year to definitely supply all of our cooking needs for the next year and give us more than enough to set ourselves up for a much bigger seed and food crop for next year. The aim is to be self-sufficient in garlic. That's one of my achievements I need for next year. And the way I'm looking, I have 3 jars just like this of seed garlic. I think I'm going to get there. So thanks again for watching. See you next time.